Do you have a roadmap, a blueprint in place to build a real estate business that allows you to have not only money, but time? That's the ultimate challenge in real estate. It's this balance between, the only way you know how to make more money is to put more time into the business. So you end up, successful on the one hand because you're doing a lot of transaction and maybe the money is good, yet your time isn't your own. And you're working pretty much every evening, pretty much most weekends, and oftentimes you'll take a vacation and you'll work most of the vacation. Raise your hand as you're watching this video if you have worked on vacation, right? So you don't want to do that. It's not sustainable. It's going to piss off your spouse. You're going to miss time with your children. Your physical body's likely going to break down. Your spiritual, journey is not going to be where you want it to be. So today I want to dig into, what is the framework for you to build out a business that is a real business. It's possible to be able to, approach your business differently than you might have been approaching it in the past. If you stick around, I'm going to give you the exact blueprint that you need to follow to lay your business out in a very specific way so you can have time and money freedom. If you like the video, always give me the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you turn notifications on so you know first about any video when it hits. Okay, so after that introduction, you may be thinking man, you really painted a bleak picture in terms of how to build a real estate business or how challenging it might be. The truth is, real estate is a burn and churn industry. 84% of licensees don't renew by their second year. The stats are horrific when it comes to income that agents are able to make. A 16-year veteran, so agents that have been in the business for 16 years, make $72,000 according to the National Association of Realtors. The average gross income, gross pre-expenses of a real estate agent is $42,000. The 2-year agent makes $9,000. So that's why that failure rate is so high. They're not making enough income to actually do anything with their real estate business. So when I talk about having a roadmap in place, there are specific things I want you to look at in your business and how to look at your business so that you can not only be successful, quote unquote, and I always put quotes around successful or success because our industry defines it in ways that I don't necessarily agree with. When I look back on my early days in business, 2007, 2008, it was a wild ride. I was that traditionally successful real estate agent and I was working 70 to 80 plus hours a week. I was not sort of creating a happy home life. My son Anders was born in late 2007. I was not really, luckily, I don't think he remembers those early days, 2008, when he was 1 year old. Yet I wasn't there and I wasn't available and I wasn't present. Julie had a ton of pictures of me on my phone, just doing deals sort of in the business. And at that point, I focused on, let's just look at this thing a little differently. How could I still provide a service to buyers and sellers that is better than I could do on my own by just breaking down the job of a real estate agent into its different pieces. So 2009 was the first year, late in 2009, September, October, that I actually wrote out a business plan. And the business plan was super detailed. It talked about the things I needed to do this quarter, this year, what 3 years look like, what 5 years look like, and even what 10 years look like. And so I had a 2012, a 2014, and a 2020 sort of just different points I wanted to achieve and different things I wanted to achieve, both professionally and what my real estate business looked like, and also personally, my financial situation, my ability to travel, the amount of time that I put into the business, and even my wife, Julie, whether she was working or not. And so my first 3-year plan had me, at the end of 3 years, had me only working on listings, working less than 40 hours a week. Keep in mind that I only had an administrator at this point, and this was the year that I sold 58 homes. So me and part-time administrator sold 58 homes. Hadn't hired my first buyer agent yet, and I had this vision to sell 200 homes 3 years from now, and I was only going to be doing listings. So not only did that come to fruition because of this clear plan, I was totally out of production, not totally. In 2012, we sold 248 homes, and I did one transaction. And I did it on the right financial model so that it was a profitable business and I could do different things in the business. I just didn't want to be involved in grinding out transactions. So when you think about your business model or the roadmap you have in place, do you even have a roadmap in place? If you don't have a roadmap in place, you have to stop to think about where you want to end up in your business. This concept of a 3-year vision, and if you choose to just kind of put your head down and work on what's in front of you, the chances that you drift, like unknowingly almost, let's say in the area of your finances, where you're not putting a system in place to generate or track net worth, right? The chances that you end up in a good place with your finances are pretty slim unless you have a vision for where you want to be in your finances. Same thing for your marriage, right? If you're not intentional about okay, 3 years from now, I'm going to be at this point in my marriage. Me and my wife are going to be, super close and best friends and talk every day and lean on each other. There are plenty of marriages that, without that intention, they're going to drift, right? And you'll end up 3 years a little off track, 3 years more a little off track, and then your kids go away to college and you have nothing left, and that's why divorce after kids leave the home is so prevalent. And put real estate on top of a marriage, on top of being a parent, and it goes sideways pretty quickly. And so the encouragement in this is simply think about how you can set up your business structurally to be able to have a business that's sustainable. Sustainability is this concept of, you could do it for a long, long time. Working evenings and weekends, 60 to 70 plus hours a week is not sustainable. The journey to true business ownership, it's not an easy one. I'm not going to tell you that it is. I will say this though, that traditional methods and traditional success, that's a tough road as well. I know a lot of folks that have come to their late 50s or 60s and they're still grinding out transactions, and they haven't made this step into structuring their business in a way where they have a shot at some leverage and some freedom and being able to make more money in less time. If you're at the point in your journey where you just wish there was a way to set your business up, around what we call drivers, like what are the 4 drivers that are really important in your real estate business? And then inside those drivers, we have what we call accelerators. These are the tools and systems that you need to really master in order to build a business that doesn't enslave you and actually gives you a life worth living. So go to predictablerealestatesuccess.com. That's predictablerealestatesuccess.com. And as always, give me the thumbs up. That helps us on the Google Juice. And subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on. Doing these videos is just my way of giving back to an industry that has given me so much over the years. And so keep tuning in for more just good word on building a business that gives you a life by design. We'll talk soon.